Hello and welcome to Inside the VI. I'm Aaron Schultz, joined alongside by my co-host, Dean Fisher.
And coming up in news, gentlemen, we'll talk about the Cyclone Taylor Cup, which teams have so far clinched a playoff spot in their divisions. We've also got more on the Campbell Storm clinching a division title.
And we also have our Spotlight Player of the Week feature on Mathieu Jallabert.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Inside the VI.
Welcome to Inside the VI. This is episode 18.
And first we're going to send it over to our own Tally Campbell with the news from this past week, and he looks awfully cold right now. Tally?
That is right, it is cold in this building in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Speaking of news, gentlemen, as you both will talk about a little later on the show, the Campbell Storm beat the Victoria Cougars by a score of 5-1 at the Archie Browning Centre in Victoria to regain first place in the VIJHL. But that was not all they accomplished that night. The 5-1 victory made the Storm's record 32-4-1-3 on the season, which clinched the North Division title, the first time since they've done that since the 2003-2004 season. A big congratulations to head coach and general manager Campbell Storm Lee Stone and the entire staff and roster of the Storm for clinching the division title. Teams are starting to prep for the VIJHL playoffs that's just around the corner, which means other teams in divisions across British Columbia are prepping for the ultimate goal, which is the Cyclone Taylor Cup. This year the Cyclone Taylor Cup is hosted by the Mission City Outlaws from April 3rd to the 6th. We will chat with the host city in the upcoming weeks here on Inside the VI, but first let's take a look at the standings across the other two leagues around British Columbia. In the Pacific Junior Hockey League, we're looking at the standings now as it's on your screen right now. The Aldergrove Kodiaks lead the way. Behind them are the Abbotsford Pilots, Langley Knights, Mission City Outlaws, which are the host team, and the Ridge Meadow Flames. In the Tom Shaw Conference, North Vancouver Wolfpack lead the whole entire league. They're first in that. Richmond Sockeyes behind them, Grandview Steelers, Delta Icehawks, and the Port Moody Panthers. That's all in the Pacific Junior Hockey League for the PJHL. And as we mentioned, the Aldergrove Kodiaks are the defending champions of the PJHL. They're first in their division right now, leading the way there. Heading things into the KIJHL standings now. Teams that have clinched the playoff spot so far in the KIJHL are the Fernie Ghost Riders, the Kimberley Dynamiters, Creston Valley Thunderbirds, and the Golden Rockets in the Eddy Mountain Division. In the Neil Murdoch Division, the Beaver Valley Nighthawks, Castlegar Rebels, Nelson Leafs, and the Spokane Braves. While in the Doug Burks Division, no one has clinched a playoff spot yet. And lastly, in the Okanagan Division, the Osoyoos Coyotes, Summerland Steam, Princeton Poise, and the Kelowna Chiefs have all clinched playoff spot in that division. And of course, the host city, the Mission Outlaws, get a buy into the tournament automatically for hosting it, the Cyclone Taylor Cup. Let's look at the Cyclone Taylor Cup. We'll keep you up to date on the Cyclone Taylor Cup. We'll also talk to the host city, more information on see how the tournament is coming along, and we'll take a look at the playoffs and the other divisions as well. Of course, also here in the VIJHL. Pass things back inside where it looks like it's nice and cozy inside. Here's Aaron Schultz and Dean Fisher. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Tally. Now we're going to go to our own Christopher Munns-Micklin, who's speaking with Kerry Park Islanders defenseman Lynden Eddy. Chris?
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm joined on the line by Lynden Eddy of the Kerry Park Islanders. First off, Lynden, thanks for joining us on the show. First question for you. Let's talk a bit about the All-Star game this past Sunday. How do you feel it went for you?
I felt pretty good. The whole festivity thing, it was pretty good. Like the meal and all that and the jersey presentation, I thought it was pretty good and had a good time there. And then obviously we didn't win the game, but I think everyone had fun. And yeah, it was pretty fun game to play in.
And looking back on your career in the VIJHL, what were some of your favorite memories?
Where do I begin? Well, first of all, making Nanaimo my first year, that was pretty good, and we had a pretty good year there. I think we had like 28 wins or something, and almost our whole team was rookies, so that was a pretty good experience. And then coming to Kerry Park has been really awesome because it's, closer to home, so we got like only two guys that aren't local players, so I grew up playing with and against most of those guys, so it's been pretty awesome.
And I want to talk briefly about your trade from Nanaimo to Kerry Park. How did you feel that trade went for you, and do you feel that you're fitting in with Kerry Park?
It was pretty smooth transition because I knew most of the guys from just living in the Carroll Valley together, and I'm liking it. Dale is a great coach and Mark's a great owner. We got good staff, and all the guys are good, and yeah, it's real easy to play there when you know everyone that well.
And lastly, Lynden, post-VIJHL, are you hoping to continue your hockey career? And if so, what do you feel the next step is for you?
Honestly, I just want to play as long as I can, whether, college team takes a look at me or, whether I can play, you know, senior or over in Europe, wherever I can, really. And, you know, use hockey as a vehicle to do whatever I want.
Thanks a lot, Lynden. That's Lynden Eddy of the Kerry Park Islanders.
Hi, I'm Doug Routley, MLA for Nanaimo, North Cowichan. As a cyclist and hockey player, sports has always been an important part of my personal development. We're very lucky in Nanaimo to have a rich heritage and history of athletic achievement, and I'm proud to support sporting activities and opportunities for people of all ages in our wonderful community.
Thanks, Christopher.
It's now time for our Spotlight Player of the Week feature on Mathieu Jallabert. Jallabert is the forward who wears number 19 for the Oceanside Generals. Jallabert is 17 years of age and comes from Nanaimo, British Columbia. Even though he played 3 games for the Generals last season, this is Jallabert's rookie season. Jallabert has 10 goals and 18 assists for a team-leading 28 points in 26 games. And that was Mathieu Jallabert, who is this week's Spotlight Player of the Week, brought to you by The Queens, the home for live music in Nanaimo. For more information, please visit www.thequeens.ca.
And now we're going to look at the scores from this past week inside the VIJHL. Starting things off, Wednesday, January 14th, the Victoria Cougars steamrolled the West Shore Wolves 9-1. On the 15th, the Victoria Cougars struggled in their second game of the back-to-back, losing to Campbell River 5-1. The Comox Valley Glacier Kings won in overtime 4-3 over the Nanaimo Buccaneers. On the 16th, the Campbell River Storm slaughtered the Oceanside Generals by a final score of 14-2, and the Peninsula Panthers beat the Saanich Braves 6-3. And finally, 4 games on tap for the 17th, where the Nanaimo Buccaneers beat the Campbell River Storm 7-2. The West Shore Wolves, beat the Kerry Park Islanders 5-3. The Saanich Braves beat the Comox Valley Glacier Kings 5-3. And the Peninsula Panthers beat the Oceanside Generals 4-3. That's all for scores this week inside the VIJHL.
And that concludes this week's episode of Inside the VI. Once again, I'm Aaron Schultz, and for my co-host Dean Fisher, I'd like to send a big thank you to our colleagues Tally Campbell and Christopher Munns-Micklin, to our parent company Ina & Line, to Doug Riley, Emily in Nanaimo, North Cowichan, and the Queens in Nanaimo.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter @Inside the VI for all the latest news involving the VIJHL. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourselves a wonderful week.
Take care.